such an asshole.
I should do a book called How to Economics. You guys don't need me for this one. You just know you need to train yourself to think differently. You need to think like an economist. How can I get what I want cheaper? That's it. That's all you have to do. Which was my grandma. Hello, Aaron. I know you don't like lengthy emails, but this one might be somewhat lengthy because there's a lot to consider. To keep it as summarized as I could, I'm thinking of moving to Australia and working there. The reasons are the following. So I will change some things about him so no one can know who this mysterious man is. Better prospects for my field, as they have a shortage over there, and my relative owns. So you got a relative over there already. Okay, so um he's over there. He owns two of these things and he's willing to hire you. So you got job security. Free healthcare in the long run. If I got citizenship, my health isn't the best. Well, why isn't it the best? Is it genetic or life choices? We can all solve a lot of problems. I know it's not your question. I'm just pointing out a solution. And then here we go. Legalize, decriminalize sex work. All right. And that's a damn good reason to consider moving a place. Am I going to get laid? Yeah. Ladies, you can leave now. Just go away. Guys, that's all you ever live for. That's yeah, you want to get laid. I mean, to have kids, of course, too. But sometimes, there's no, oh, darn. You didn't get preggers again. Guess we got to try again, sweetheart. Yeah, damn right. Move to where you get laid. Andrew Henriksen, nomad capitalist. I actually know him. And his move to where you're treated best. I said, move to where you get laid. And there ain't no shame in that. I'm not, man, some foreign economy minister person at some country like Dubai or some second or third world country. I'm not even joking in the slice. You go look at like Korea or Singapore or what are now first world, in some ways higher standards of living than America. Well, these are just backwater second, third worlders. What the hell do they know? And all it takes, well, really all it takes is you introduce free markets, capitalism, let people keep their labor, get some rule of law, that kind of thing. I know you leftists and Democrats don't believe it, but you're going to find out. You're going to find out again which economic system works and which one doesn't. But I'm not kidding. Just to go down in the history books, I just wish, let's pick a country, Morocco. Okay. I have a couple people I know in Morocco, actually. And I don't know anything else about it, but second world standard of living. Put me in command of just the economy. Okay, you can still be the king. I'm not here for power hungry. Repeat what you did in Dubai, but with hot chicks. Of course, it's a Muslim nation, so that probably wouldn't work too well. But you understand what I'm like. Just hey, men get laid here. And all the rich men in the world go over there and get laid, and they bring their investment with them. How did Morocco go from $12,000 a year GDP to $170,000 a year GDP? Why is everyone smiling over there? So I want you to have no shame. Go to where you get laid. However, there are some cons of such a move. Less salary. My average person makes $55 an hour while they make only $45 over in Australia plus more tax. Yeah. And if I recall correctly, yeah, you compared US dollars to Australian dollars, and the Australian dollars is like knock off 35%, 65 cents to the US. I'm sorry, the US is 65 cents to 1 for Australian dollar. The Australian dollar has a lot, like a third less purchasing power. So you're basically going to get your income, your disposable income halved. Not sure if they will accept me there and we'll be able to look, do it. You need to make money and you need to get laid. Okay. Don't worry about the culture. And I'll just say he isn't white. Okay. We'll just leave it at that. He ain't white. Dude, you're going to go over there. And the Australians hate their race more than the Americans. Like, oh my God, someone not white. Holy cow, mate. Are you moving to Sydney, Ben? Oh, what can we do to give you preferential I'm not saying it's gonna be like that. I'm not saying it's like Minnesota, all right? But, don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that, all right? Just don't be a dick and don't go on welfare, and don't say, "Oh, fuck you Australians, you don't know shit, and you took all the money and the power and did it." If you're not a socialist Marxist dick, you're like, "Dude, I'm just here to make a lot of money and, go throw some shrimp on the Barbie and surf after sharks," whatever the hell they do in Australia, and bin with everything, you'll be fine, okay? So I wouldn't let that deter you. Uh, my immediate family who helped me out are not happy about the idea, and I feel I might be betraying them. Well, was there in a contract? Was there an accord? Was there an agreement that you would support them? Why can't you support them working from Australia? That's can't you send money home if you had an accord, if you had an agreement? I would also you care way too much unless if you agreed to help out your folks, okay, that's one thing. But if you didn't and they're just trying to guilt trip you, no, unless there was something you gotta stop worrying what other people think about you. To further explain, I anticipate that moving to Australia is better because there's more job security, access to basic health care when I'm old and sick, and availability of sex work. While working at my current job, I realized that I'm capable of working really long hours and I can manage stress well. So helping with the shortage over there would be my way of giving back, so to speak. No, 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 no. Oh, God, Jesus. You did get an American education. Dude, there is no giving back. Okay. You have an admirable skill, an important skill. You are giving back by doing your job. That's why you're paid. All right. But there's also the fact you're providing value to society. I don't know where you must have did you sip from the river of white girl blood that you have to give? You did, didn't you? Oh God, we're losing so many men to this tragic drug called the white girl blood. You shot white girl blood into your veins, didn't you? And now you I want to give back to the community. You haven't even had a job yet. No, you are giving back to the community. I'm presuming you haven't committed crime. You are a law-abiding, highly trained, productive, tax-paying American or immigrant. I don't know, but whatever. You're a contributing member to this society. I don't even know if you're in America. Just sounds like you are. Give back to the community. Oh, that's an American. Yeah, one of the worthless types that doesn't really have a job. See, that's the weird. Usually people who say that like mean I want to work an easy job at a nonprofit. You have a real job. You pay your taxes, right? Well, you're giving back to the community. And by the way, I don't know how else you're going to give back to the community. Every time someone donates money to charity, it never solves the problem. You are donating back to the community. You're working your job. Over there, like I wouldn't be working extra hours just to give back to the community. God, people will take advantage of you, man. Here or there, or wherever you happen to be right now. But that's a good thing. Like if you could work 2 jobs, like do a full-time job that you do and then a part-time job on the side for extra money, that's fine. You make a lot more money. But here's the other thing. I know Australia, you're gonna have to this consultation may be moot. Your idea may be moot because I don't know what licensure requirements are required of you going over there. I don't know if you could even apply over there. Now I know you have a relative who would potentially hire you, so that might expedite the process. But go and talk to your relative, see what he says. He might know the procedure, but it may be like, oh man, how much paperwork? Forget it. But I also sense that I'm partly thinking with my groin on this one and want a second opinion. Of course, you're thinking with your groin. You're a guy. You didn't go into this field for shits and giggles. You went there so you'd make good money. You'd be a respectable man, and girls would find that reasonably attractive. A respectable, hardworking, high-income man. Who didn't commit no crime. I got a question for everyone in Australia. Do your women love felons too? Like, do they get super wet for the felons down there? I'm just wondering. It's different down there. Like the girls down there like the tradesmen. They like the tradies. Here they hate them. So maybe the girls don't like the felons down there. We're sending maybe potentially a respectable contributing member of society. Would you be interested? Uh, Furthermore, I don't think getting a girlfriend or a wife are worth it for me, mainly due to lack of experience at my age, and which could make me a target for women who would be abusive, etc., acting like they love me and then divorce me, etc. Well, you can have a girlfriend and not get married. It's possible. As I won't be able to vet the good women from the bad one. My idea is to stay at my current job and do the best until I get fired while preparing for the move. Why? Where do you have such negative opinions? Are you planning on getting fired? Once I get fired, I'll just pack all my stuff and make the move and try it out there. If I don't like it, I'll just come back. Any advice? Okay. Well, that one threw a little bit of a curveball to me. All right, let's look at the overall strategy of what you want to do. First, I don't think there's any more pay. Yes, there seems to be, especially since it's a relative that you have over there. I think you would have more job stability, but when you factor in the taxes, Lord knows what your cost of living is going to be. I mean, what town is he in? If it's one of the bins, your host, uh, Brisbane, Sydney bin, Queensland, no, that's the Canberra bin, and then I don't know if Perth is expensive. I don't know. So what you need to do first, cut cut your income you have here today in half. That's what it's going to be after the taxes, and more so the exchange rate, unless you were misquoted what the price was in Australian dollars that you're going to be paying. So that's going to be a lot less pay. Then I would also, there's global cost of living adjusters. So type in your town that you're living in now, type in the Australian town you'd in theory be moving to later. And that's how much your purchasing power is going to. So you're going to, with a little simple math, you could kind of figure out what you need to make per hour Aussie to have whatever standard purchasing power you'd like. And then the taxes and all, and the cost of it. And so that'll tell you financially whether this move would be worth it or not. I don't think it's going to be worth it. I almost guarantee you you're going to make half per hour. And maybe you get more hours, maybe it's more stable. I don't know if your field here in the United States, assuming you're here, is chaotic or bad. But I can't imagine that field is that bad. Now with those wages, it's pretty honorable wage. So the bullshit has got to be less than like working at a cell phone kiosk. But that's you make your own financial decision on that. But then the healthcare, I don't know, man. Like, is there things you can do personal choice wise to get rid of these health problems you got? You're not that old. You're not there. In other words, I wouldn't be doing moving overseas for healthcare just yet. You're not 65 and on the verge of death. So why don't you not factor that into your decision for now? Let's focus more on career. And it's not a guarantee you become a citizen and you get free healthcare. So I'd kind of hold, and more internationally and globally speaking, you could shop around for healthcare. So I don't know what your specific healthcare problem is, but man, Mexico's got cheaper drugs, cheaper dental. I'm looking at the American prices for like I had a colonoscopy. I'm like, holy shit, man, fuck you! I could fly overseas and get it done. You shipped all the jobs to China. I guess I'm gonna go ship my asshole inspection to someone else. So don't worry about that for now. And then the other one, which may be the ulterior motive, is the girlsa and getting laid. Okay, flying literally across the planet to get laid, that is not cost effective. Changing residency, at least potentially citizenship, because a country has it legalized, is also not worth it. I don't think so. And the reason why is that you can get laid a lot cheaper than flying to Australia. The flight alone, I mean, what's a flight to Australia cost? Is it 2,000 on the cheap? And the time, and then you're gonna have to move, you're gonna have to set up and all that. Hang on, let me look up. And here's another thing: is Australia like Canada, where it's legal for women but illegal for men? Because that's fair. Because I could have swore I had an Australian client who he had to go to Bali. Legal in Australia. Sex work is legal in New South Wales, Northern Territory, and Victoria. Okay, so it's a lot like the United States. It's states' rights. However, it's still illegal to conduct sex work in South Australia and Western Australia, Queensland, Tasmania, and the Act have legalized sex work to a limited extent. Yeah, okay. Here we go. If she changed her mind, we can arrest you. There's no official current data. Sex work is largely decriminalized in New South Wales, the Northern Territory, now Victoria. All right, so is where your work going to work? Is that in there? Otherwise, you're still going to have to travel. And if you're still going to have to travel, then may I introduce you to this fine state called Nevada, sir? Not Clark County, Nevada, but I guess other. In other words, it's cheaper here in the United States to just fly to Nevada, go to the Bunny Ranch. I mean, you're going to fly to Vegas. Let's just be honest. You're going to fly. Well, I guess you can fly to Reno too. They got pretty cheap flights out there. Well, either place, those are the two places you're going to fly into. And they got bunny ranchers or Mustang ranchers or whatever you want to call them, bordellos within driving range. And so I think that's way cheaper than you upending your entire life here or wherever you are to go to Australia to take half a cut and pay to reintroduce yourself to a whole. And I know people who live in Australia and people are from Australia. They don't like it. I mean, the US has got its problems, don't get me wrong, but man, those Aussies, they're big on the lockdowns. Um, their healthcare is socialized, where they will tell you what kind of antibiotic you take. I know someone in particular who had to, like, I need this. No, we're giving you this, but can I get that? I know that's, but no, you can't get that. That's not. Can I pay for it? No, you can't. So I still don't think that's the better place to be. But you're going to take a huge pay cut. It's going to take a while to adapt socially, and you could get laid a lot cheaper and a lot more frequently staying within the United States, legally so, without all their dillery-doos, goofy local or the constable or whatever the hell they call their cops down there. Oh, it's Tuesday and you stuck your peen in that girl over there and she's a blonde. You had to stick it in the brunette. That was legal. Oh, see, ha, ha, ha. But she's scot free. You're going to jail, you John. Your alimony payments were how much? Good. Well, that was love, wasn't it? No, it certainly wasn't prostitution. I don't. It's not. So I'd clear that out. So I don't see any reason to go to Australia. And we got some Aussie Hanyakers in the audience that they might tell you the details of it all. I don't see any advantage. The only thing I can see is on your last paragraph where you said, "Oh, when I get fired." Okay, so maybe you're planning on getting fired, and maybe just to check out Australia, to get out of the United States, to just go travel and check out a different culture. I think that'd be worth it. And you could come back here. And I tend to agree with you with your skill set. I think you should be able to find employment in the United States. So if you're okay just going to Australia to check it out, reconnoiter it a little bit, maybe say hi to, sounds like you got some family over there. I'm not against that either. I mean, then you'll know for sure. But I would pack lightly. I wouldn't like F that. I'm gonna move over there and that's what I'm gonna do. And then check it out for a year. Help your relative. Maybe you can learn a little bit about managing a business like that. And then you come back here and you got that little thing on your resume. I just for that alone, I'd be checking it out. And yeah, okay, while you're there, yeah, go to South Wales or what South Wales, Northern Territory, and Victoria. Prostitution or sex work is governed by state and territorial laws, which vary considerably. Federal regulation. Oh, yeah, hang on. What's the federal regulation? Federal legislation also affects some aspects of sex work throughout Australia and Australian citizens abroad. Oh, God. You guys allow marriage, right? I'm deadly serious about that. Accusation. You allow marriage, right? Right over there in the jolly old land of Oz, right? You allow that. All right. So that's if you want to go for vacation and just to check it out, help out a relative, see the world, all for it. if you think you're gonna move there, no. And who knows? Maybe you go down there like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. I love having half my income taken away and a bunch of self-loathing Australians walking around asking me if they can do anything for me. Oh, I love this place. Look at it. Oh, sunburn. Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. Traffic, really expensive houses, whatever they do down there. I don't know. And then you get laid by an Australian gal. All right, let's go to the super chat. Cynic in chief, $2. Why go to Australia when there's bigger? There's a bigger pussy in South. You dick. You dick, Cynic. Alex Patino, Chuck Down, Latino agent in the field, $5. The basic answer is no. No, you will not go to Australia, but it's his life. So go ahead, fuck around, find out. Why? Were you stationed out there, Alex? Do you know about Australia? I'm curious. I don't know. I knew you were in the army. Yeah, weren't you? Have you been there? I had a buddy who was in the Navy and he had a good old time, but he's old. You know, John Hobley, 5 Australian. Aussie, here we go. All right, we'll get boots on the ground. We'll get some real information here. The ladies are either obese or have broad swimmer shoulders. My Thai girlfriend is different to my exes as she's skinny and actually nice. Yeah, and that's the impression I got with the handful of Australian clients I've had is they go up to Thailand or Bali, Indonesia, right? I guess, it's like Canadian prostitution. That doesn't evoke. I don't really think of a hot chick. I think because in Canada, I think it is legal for the girl, but it's illegal for the guy, which is like, get the fuck out of here. You're helping no one. Jonathan Michael Smith. He has $1 Australian. Thank you. Thank you for all your dollary dues. That's it. More on the way. I'll see you guys. Oh, what did I got link below? A World Without Men has nothing to do with what we're talking about. It's just my newest book out. Take a look at A World Without Men, available on Amazon. See you guys later. Toodles.